All right, guys. Today I am out here at the range on this wonderful balmy day. We're going to be testing out this new Knights can I got. This is the Knights QDC MCQ-PRT. There is a naming convention for it. I don't remember what it is, but you can Google it online. So what I want to do today is, I didn't even bring out targets. I'm literally just testing function. But basically I'm going to be testing it, comparing it to unsuppressed versus suppressed on this 16-inch MCX. Then I'm going to talk about basically a little bit of the backstory to this. Why does this little tiny thing exist? And we'll give it a little comparison there. So to start, just going to be doing some shooting here. This is a 55 grain. I don't even know what brand it is, to be honest. It's just been sitting in a mag I've had around. So last time I shot this, it actually had to be on the adverse setting to cycle this weaker 55 grain stuff. So that's what we're going to start on and just go from there. So first shot's just to get a baseline for unsuppressed. All right. All right, let's see how the little guy does. Nice. So definitely not quiet, but definitely an improvement in terms of sound reduction. It's pretty minimal. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Yeah, pretty neat. I'm just gonna kind of do a little bit more. Yeah, interesting. So exact same ejection pattern as basically when it was unsuppressed. This is a flow through can, or flow through style can. Yeah, let's do some more and then I'll talk a little bit about why this thing exists. Nice. All right. So before I talk about, or I guess do a comparison, basically I want to talk about why this thing exists or why it was designed. I'll come over here so you guys don't have as much shadow. Basically what this thing was designed to do was to get the overall size package on a 13.7 inch barrel, which this is not, this is 16, but on a 13.7 inch gun with the can, it needed to be basically the overall length of a Mark 18 with a full size type suppressor. So think like a Surefire RC2. Now this isn't a Surefire RC2, this isn't a Mark 18, but it has the same barrel and gas system as one. So to kind of give you guys a reference, basically what that is. So I've got these basically lined up by the grip, and you can see you're looking at about 2-ish inches longer in length with that on a 16-inch gun. So that's pretty impressive. Now, if you take off 2 1/3 inches, basically making that a 13.7, you're going to basically be at the same overall size package of this 10.3 inch gun with a full size can. So if I guess it's about the same, but yeah, so grip or length of pull, really about the same, but it's pretty dang close. So pretty cool. So I'm going to shoot this real quick, kind of get a quick little comparison sound wise. You guys are not going to be able to pick up the sound differences on these via these microphones. It's just not how sound compression works. Or basically you just can't do it. So you'll just have to take my word for it in terms of how it sounds. So in terms of overall sound and I guess, report. To me, with my electronic ear pro on, and I'm not going to take these off, guys. It's not worth it. This definitely has a deeper tone, but in terms of its overall sound, with me standing out here in the cold, it sounds really similar. I'm not going to lie to you. Let's just do a little side by side. Huh, interesting. So I'm underneath this awning here, and that was definitely louder. Let's do the same thing. Yep. So, very interesting. That's nuts. Man, in that first string, honestly, when I shot it, I couldn't really tell a difference between like the suppressed versus unsuppressed. But doing them side by side with this ear pro, it's super comparable. This does have a deeper tone. You can definitely hear that too when you're underneath something. But it's not a massive difference. That's honestly surprising. So I'm gonna pop this left ear cup, which is really stupid, but I'm gonna do it because I'm just curious. All right, so we'll do one shot. Honestly, not terrible. Yeah, okay, so that you can definitely tell a little bit more. It's still not, or it's still bearable, but again, we're out here in this open space. That indoors compared to this, it's gonna be louder no matter what, but this one's definitely a little bit sharper sounding to my ear. Not painful, just sharper sounding. But yeah, so real quick, this is some 62 grain stuff. I did bring this out. This is green tip. I wanted to see any difference. So we'll do a couple underneath and then outside. It's crazy, guys, I'm telling you. All right, a couple more on this, and then do maybe some overall impressions. Whoops. All right. Yeah, so, man, really interesting results, to be honest. Like I said, when you line these guys up, you're looking at an overall size package that's basically identical. If you were to get, like I said, that 13.7, 12.5, whatever barrel, and you put this guy on it, you're literally going to be the same length, if not shorter, than a suppressed Mark 18. So it's really impressive. And sound-wise, at least to me, the shooter, with my ear pro on, outdoors, all those factors, it's honestly a comparable sounding can. It's not, don't get me wrong. I'm sure if you meter this stuff and put it, head to head scientifically, this is going to be quieter. But again, from like a end user experience, this thing's awesome. So I don't know the weight differences. You can look them up. This is a Dead Air Sandman S. I do think this thing's around like 14 ounces. So it's not necessarily a lightweight can, but it's a dense can. So, it feels hefty in your hand, but when you add it to the gun, it's not really doing much. Yeah, pretty sweet setup. But anyway, yeah, so cool suppressor. There's a lot of purpose-driven suppressors out there, obviously. This is the first one, at least to my knowledge, that has kind of tried to like tackle this issue, so to speak. or not really an issue, but just, somebody likely asked for this. They wanted something a little bit smaller, that they could suppress the gun, reduce their signature, but also maintaining kind of the ballistic advantages of a longer barrel. So yeah, really cool, especially when you think about it. You have 5.56, which is a naturally supersonic cartridge. So in that kind of hierarchy of signature reduction, where you have kind of your big three, which is like sound suppression, you have muzzle, like flash suppression, and then you have like blast or concussive type suppression. So with those three, this obviously is putting sound kind of at the lower end of that hierarchy, but it's really cool, especially on a 5.56 gun, where I'm not looking for the quietest can, because it's a loud cartridge regardless. Yeah, it's a sweet setup, and I think that this type of suppressor, it does fit a unique market segment that not many companies that I know of have kind of ventured into. So yeah, cool can. I'm happy I got it. Yeah, if you have any questions about it, ask down below. This is obviously first shots, just kind of getting one guy's impression, and this is on one weapon system, so to speak, so it might perform differently on others, different barrel lengths, different gas systems, etc., etc. But just a data point to put out there for you guys. So yeah, that's basically the end of the video. I do have some ammo left, so I'm going to shoot it some more if you do want to stick around, but I'm not really going to have much else to say. All right, guess if you did stay, you're going to have one little added bonus, and I'm going to switch that gas system back to the standard setting, just for my own curiosity's sake. All right, so we're back to standard, meaning the non-adverse setting on this particular gun. We're going to see what it does. This is that 55 grain leaker stuff. Let's see if it cycles. Yeah, locked back, but definitely a difference in brass. The other ones were going over there. These guys are just kind of pooping out right here. So yeah, I'll eventually have a video on MCXs. I've got quite a bit of experience with them. This is a Gen 1 that I picked up recently, because this was actually one of my first guns ever, actually my first rifle ever, that I ended up selling, and I missed it, so picked it back up. So I'll have a video going over all my MCXs and kind of my thoughts on the platform and all the nuancy stuff. But alrighty, finish out this 62 grain. Yeah, this thing is so soft. Nice. Yeah, it's a cool suppressor, guys. Not gonna lie. Yeah, like I said, purpose driven. I'll talk about it maybe more in a different video. But if you're looking at this and you're like looking to throw it on like a home defense bedside gun, I don't think this is the can for you. But if you're looking for other purposes, I'd take a look at it. See if it fits kind of your methodology to the type of gun that you're building or wanting to put it on, and if it pairs well with the system in its gas properties and how it functions and all that nerdy stuff. So yeah, anyway, thanks for watching. Leave comments down below if you want. But thanks for coming to the range with me, and hopefully you guys can get to the range soon yourself.